Good morning. How's everybody doing? Weather's a bit drippy today, but I'm down by the stream, by the brook, just enjoying the sound of it. And it kind of got me thinking about who are we really? Who are we? And as I said the other day, I'm not a number, I'm not a driving license, I'm not a passport. But who are we? And this is where kind of connecting to the universe, to source, to Great Spirit comes in, where an ability to meditate properly comes in. And we all need to do this meditation thing from time to time. I was a Zen student for many years, chop wood, carry water, staring at a wall for hours on end, sitting on a cushion staring at a wall. And Zen Buddhism has some amazing things to it, amazing disciplines, if you like, but it's really, really hard, and I found it really hard. I found the rigorous meditation rituals really hard. I enjoyed doing koan work, which is kind of problem solving, not through your brain but through spirit, and that was a really empowering way to work with meditation and what have you. But ultimately, I found that it really wasn't resonating on a really deep foundation, really, and that nature does. And I'm not saying Zen Buddhism doesn't work with nature. Of course it does, and it's very connected to nature and art and creativity and all those things. But I found that shamanism and working with the natural world and the spirits of the natural world really resonated with me much more. And meditation for me, within sacred drumming, really comes with the aid of my drum or rattle. Or I can just sit out and listen to water, but I find my drum and the beat of my drum connecting my heartbeat with Grandmother Earth is really a powerful way to lose myself and escape that constant hamster wheel of thoughts that go on in one's brain. And we can sit there for hours and drum, and still stuff comes in and out of our heads. Or we can, some people like to do breathing, square breathing, where you take a certain number of counts, breath in, hold it, a longer breathe out, hold it, and then back. And that works for a lot of people. But again, I got kind of caught up in the counting rather than losing myself in the breathing. So drumming for me really, really works. But what it's supposed to do is to take you to that place of stillness, that place where really all we're doing is connecting to the sound. And manifestation, the law of attraction, if you like, vibration, only takes a few seconds for that special place to be found, that silent, non-thinking, non-kind of labeling things as we look at them, but that real connection with the beat of the drum, the sound of the water in this case, that connects us to that place that takes us somewhere else. And it's at that point that you become one with the falling leaves, one with the river, one with the bird song, one with the falling rain. And that's where the magic lies. But it only takes a few seconds, and then you'll find, that your intuition kicks in a stronger way, or the thing that you had been hoping for suddenly manifests itself. Because the universe only needs that tiny space in time, that vibration where our vibration is equal to our hoped manifestation, if you like. That we really connect to it in a present way. And so, yeah, next time you're out on a walk, maybe just stop and listen to that falling rain or that robin song as he's singing today, the little wren, and lose yourself in that for a millisecond. Or to drum like I do, to just lose yourself in that beat, not thinking about doing some kind of fancy rhythm like djembe drumming or that kind of thing, but just a steady heartbeat, which is really powerful, which is really entraining our heart with the heartbeat of the earth. And at some point you'll just flick that switch and you become all that is. Oh, I love these walks in the morning. As the Buddhists say, suffering, all life is suffering, but suffering goes away when we stop picking and choosing. And by that they mean accept everything that comes our way. Accepting that I'm getting quite wet this morning, instead of saying, oh, I hate this rain, but embrace the rain. Or my neighbour, or whoever, is being very irritating. And maybe just accept that that's who they are. Because at the end of the day, when we hit that vibrational sweet spot, we become that irritating neighbour, or that person who shot past you in the car, spraying you with water, or your mother that is suffering from dementia. And so in that beautiful little sweet space, I am everything. Everything. So drumming can take us into that sweet space, into that space where there is no separation, where we are one with everything, where we're able to spirit walk. And really that's the point of a shamanic journey, is that we remove ourselves from everyday reality into otherworldly reality. So into a different space, different portal. Go through a portal. So all we need is this – 'cause drum heartbeat in training us to the heartbeat of the planet. And you can feel the vibrations moving through your body, down from your head to your feet, like little tingles going right down in your body. And I use this in healing sessions, actually. This is a very therapeutic healing and part of a larger protocol. So you just allow yourself to feel the vibration, to become one with the beat, leaving your thoughts, your imagination behind. And I would suggest that you do this for 10 minutes, 10 or 15 minutes is long enough. And at some point in that 10 or 15 minutes, you will reach that sweet point, that place where you are no longer separate from everything else, and you are the beat, you are the vibration. And shamanic journeys take us into that sweet point. We might have to guide ourselves to begin with through a cave or a hole in a tree trunk, down into the underworld, the lower world, where we meet our spirit guides, our power animals, our ancestors. And our imagination just guides us down to that place. But again, you'll reach that sweet point where you're no longer thinking about where you're going, no longer putting labels on things, and that you are taken into the spirit world, and things will come to you. Ideas, dreams, animals, ancestors will come and guide you. And you might think that you're making it up, but you're not. It is that sweet connection that you get from finding the right place in the vibration. So I would encourage you to try drumming. It's not difficult. You find yourself a really nice drum, you make yourself a really nice drum, and you sit down and you just practice. And there's nothing to it. You don't have to do anything. You can follow guided journeys if you want, but it's much better that you do it yourself. And I think, this is what my teaching's all about, is that you're finding your own medicine. And that, somebody like me is just here to guide you, to open that door for you. So I hope that has inspired you to pick up a drum, make a drum. See you soon.